sense.
But Tomb Kings or Lizardmen, bud?
Well, let's see here. I will go over Kaalhaarman's army since it's the Lizardmen, and I do love some Lizardmen. So we're gonna be seeing. Do you want to go first, or should I?
No, you go ahead, bud.
Alright.
Sorry,
We're
kept
gonna be
calling you bud.
seeing a red-crested skink chief. Oh, that's okay.
There it is.
Red-crested skink chief on foot, so very cheap lord from the Lizardman player. We're gonna see Lore of Manticore because that's literally all that skink priest has. The front line of Saurus warriors with shields, and some skink javelins, skink cohorts of javelins backing them up, along with the cohort of Sotek, ROI, red-crested skinks. We've got 2 chameleon skinks in the back, with 1 Ripperdactyl and 4 Pterodon riders. And Kaalhaarman showed me some very good Pterodon micro in our match earlier, so I'm sure he will exhibit that in this game as well.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how these Ripperdactyl riders are used. Not the most common sight in multiplayer, but they can do vicious things when wielded correctly.
Yeah, well, they're definitely pretty good against like the Tomb King's monstrous infantry units, like the Sepulchral Stalkers and the Boshafti, Ushafti, things like that. They do struggle against the larger monsters, like for example, the Sphinx of Usep that we've seen. But we'll see how it goes.
Well, indeed we shall. And looking at the counter skirmishing force first from the Tomb Kings, we got 4 skeleton horseman archers, some of the best skirmishers in the game. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skeleton spearmen. Going to have King Nikesh's Scorpion Legion with their poison in the center, backed up by the ROR Kepra Guard. Going to have the Chosen of God Ushaptis with just a regular old generic Ushapti Great Bow. And then, last but never least, we do have the Sphinx of Usep, as you mentioned earlier. And that lovely Sphinx will be accompanying Setzer the Imperishable on top of his Chariot of the Gods. Naru's Incantation of Protection, Jaff's Incantation of Cursed Blades will be his kit, and that looks like it's it.
So can you see when I make lines on the map?
Yeah, I can actually.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. I didn't know that you could see it as spectators if you both had it.
Yeah, I just noticed that because I saw you circle one of the units I was about to circle. I'm like, oh, neat. But so it begins. Chameleon Skinks versus Skeleton Horse Archers.
Let's see here. Setzer on the Chariot. Setzer on Chariot's interesting pick against Lizardmen. I'm not sure if it's necessary. I feel like, especially against, if you run up into Krokgar, like a couple Hand of the Gods, if they hit the Chariot, I think can basically kill Setzer. Whereas if you have him on the War Sphinx, he's a little bit tankier. But no Krokgar here today, so we don't need to worry about that.
Yeah, he did luck out there, because I absolutely agree with you. On the Chariot, he can be a bit squishy to magic missiles.
Ooh, and those chameleon skinks actually take quite a lot of damage from the skeleton horse archers.
Yeah.
So the skeleton horse archers, I'm guessing their job here is anti-pterodon duty, and there's a lot of pterodons and ripperdactyls here. So let's see if they can get the value. Tomb King's infantry force is looking like they're gonna feel very overwhelmed very soon.
Yeah, the Tomb King's infantry is... yeah, they don't have any chance here, it seems. Bombing runs going down, already doing a ton of damage to a couple of the spearmen. But, yeah, I mean, right now, the Hawk Sentinels at least taking a lot of damage. They were coming to bomb the Kepra Guard by the looks of it, and here they go. Oh,
some of the Saurus have taken a lot of damage from the Boshafti, and we're going to see the Chariot of the Gods come in, and the Sphinx of Usep. And, oh, interesting, those are actually pterodons with fire leech bolas. I failed to call that out earlier.
Oh, wow, I completely missed that too. Honestly, not something you usually expect.
2 pterodon riders and 2 with fire leech bolas.
Wow. Right now, Ripperdactyl riders taking a lot of damage. Hawk Sentinels already routing. You know, Tomb King infantry, like you say, really outmatched, but they're getting a lot of work done with their skirmishing forces, and as far as skirmishers go, Ushapti untouched, unpressured right now, besides a Manticore summon, and same with the Skeleton Horse Archers, so we'll see. It's definitely going to be a kite versus a infantry fight here.
Yeah, and that Lizardman Air Force definitely struggling against the Bow Shopty plus the 4 Skeleton Horse Archers, as you'd kind of expect. Kepler Guard are going to be holding back the Source Warriors for pretty well for a while, and at this point, it's just going to come down to a lot of cycle charging from the Tomb King play.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been really, really impressed with just this skirmish force from the Tomb Kings. The Ushaptis with the Skeleton Horsemen, it's just been like they've been doing such good work. And right now, you know, they're taking the balance of power in spite of having such a disadvantage in infantry because, I mean, the key players are all healthy. Plenty of ammunition on the skirmishing force. Cetra is full health. The Sphinx of Usep is doing just fine. I mean, maybe if his micro stays on point like it's been lately, he can pull this off, but he's got a lot of Lizardmen to chew through.
Yeah, the cohort of Sotek being focus fired by the Skeleton Archers. Now the Pterodons have been dealt with. Or, well, not actually. The Pterodons, three of the 5 flyers are still online, and the Pterodon and the Riperdactyls have come back. They only lost 1 model, but they're very low on HP now.
Yeah.
And the Lizardmen have forced the Tomb Kings to the edge of the map, but there's really and one of the Bow Shopty is about to be caught out by the cohort of Sotek and the Riperdactyls.
No, that was a beautiful play by the Lizardmen there. Kaalhaarman, you know, catching those Ushapti with their pants down after he got, you know, pinned against the white line. So this looks like the moment the Lizardmen can bring it back around and turn this into a victory. Chameleon Sphinx getting a lot of damage on top of the Sphinx of Usep right now.
As long as those Chosen of the Gods are alive, they're going to be wreaking havoc for sure. Oh, a little bit of friendly fire from those Fire Leech Bulls and the cohort of Sotek on the other side of the map.
Oh, completely missed that.
They did like 10% damage, I think, or something. It hurt a little bit. But I don't know. Can the Lizardmen? I don't know. This is a very close match. The balance power is dead even.
Absolutely, and I mean, it's really like once the Tomb Kings run out of ammunition, then this is looking like a Lizardman game to me. But Cetra still has a lot of potential to just kill infantry here on his Chariot of the Gods. And there's really just not a ton of things the Lizardmen have to counter him, besides, I guess, Pterodon Riders.
Absolutely. There's no single entities from the Lizardmen other than the Lord, who is very squishy. It's only 2,000 HP left at this point. And the Bow Shopty is still online, and unless the flyers chase down the Bow Shopty, it can kite them basically forever.
Yeah.
That was a very nice, I mean, it was very good splitting and getting that one Bow Shopty down for sure. Just don't know if the Lizardmen have enough to kill these 2 Silent Speeds plus what's left of the Tomb King's force. It's gonna be very close.
Yeah, this fight is, you know, by the skin of their teeth right now. This is just... The Sphinx of Usep is just starting to take so much damage right now that I'm worried about its longevity here in the battle. But Cetra does have that passive healing every time he casts magic. So maybe
getting physical resist.
Yeah.
I would like to see Cetra try to goon out the Red Crested Skink Chief because he's very squishy.
Yeah. Skeleton Horsemen diving into combat now.
They used up most of their ammo. However, I think that was a bit of a mistake. I think they should have just kept screening out for the Chosen of the Gods because the Chosen of the Gods have so much ammo left.
Yeah.
The Crested Skink Chief did take a big hit from the Sphinx of Usep here. He may take another one. Oh, yeah, he does.
Oh, yeah, another big hit, and here comes Ushapti summon. There it is. Red Crested Skink Chief.
He needs to get those Skeleton Horse Archers back there to free up the Chosen of the Gods, otherwise they're going to get killed by these flyers.
Yep, and here come the Riperdactyls.
Manticore summon.
Incantation of Protection going down on top of Chosen. Oh, the second
holding pretty well. Once those, I don't know. He really needs. He's got nothing there to free up the Chosen of the Gods.
Nothing.
Red Crested Skink Chief is almost dead. He's shattered. However,
Sphinx of Usep is shattered.
Yeah, the Manticore summon does finish it off. Okay, and the Red Crested Skink Chief is dead now. It's going to induce the army that Lord lost penalty onto the Lizardman force, freeing up the Chosen of the Gods to a degree, but now the cohort of Sotek comes in, he's going to be able to finish them off. So at this point, it's just going to be Cetra versus the World of Lizardman.
Yeah, and I just don't think Cedric can do this by himself. It's, you know, I
Well,
couldn't
also he's
agree with
not
you
allowed to
anymore.
fight.
Sending in those Skeleton Horseman archers instead of using them to screen out for the Chosen of the Gods really might be the cost.
Yeah, because then you could have used the Chosen of the Gods to fulfill the attacking role all game long.
Yep. You don't even need to sit there and engage. You're just like cycling out whatever Lizardman force gets the closest to your Chosen of the Gods and just keep working from there. But Cedric the Imperishable, not perished yet, and he's still going after these Lizardman forces to vengeance.
Curse coming down. But yeah, Manticore is being quite a terror.
It absolutely is. It's going to time out any second now, but okay, there it goes. So now Setra surrounded. I mean, Lizardman forces. Yeah, it's going to be a GG.
Yeah, very good game though, very close, and just came down to a few crucial plays.
Oh, absolutely. That was really DeadlyBunnies looking like he was really going to be taking it for a while there, right up until the point he didn't. So,
especially with that initial damage on those pterodons and the Ripidactyls.
No, I think a lot of good patience on display from Kaalhaarman there. Even though I think he was kind of knocked on his heels in the early stages of the battle there, just kind of keeping his eye on the prize. And, you know, at the end of the day, it really is like this Tomb King army had to kill so much infantry. And I'm pretty sure, like, from the second half of the battle onwards, the Tomb Kings were outnumbered like 4-1 most of the fight. When I was looking at the balance of power, it was like 800 to 200. And that's just like, you know, when you have that many Saurus warriors and, you know, Pterodons running you down, it stresses your micro. And that's where ODM Kaalhaarman was able to capitalize with the split of the Ushabti Great Bows and, you know, other things like that.
Yeah, splitting the Ushabti Great Bows was one of those crucial decisions that led to the outcome. And again, at the end with the horse archers. As far as the army building goes, I'm not the biggest fan of this Sphinxes here. I think you can get just as much value bringing two war kitties or a single war kitty and maybe Cetra on his chariot like we saw here. Um, and also maybe I have mixed feelings about the Kepler Guard too. I just feel like you're better off bringing regular Tomb Guard if you want to go Tomb Guard.
And maybe I'm off base, but I happen to like halberds here. Tomb Guard with halberds against the Lizardman.
Yeah, I wonder one unit of Tomb Guard with halberds can be quite helpful.
Yeah, I mean, it's cheaper than the Kepler Guard, and I just feel like when it comes to Saurus Warrior combat, I don't know. I'd have to test it, but I don't think I'm convinced the Kepler Guard kills Saurus Warriors any quicker than halberds would. Just because you're trading off weapon strength and stats for armor piercing, whereas the halberds, I think, just come in more handy if, like, for instance, you know, they fight against Saurus Warriors, may not do as well. But on the other hand, if Krokgar or a dinosaur comes charging in, they're going to do a hell of a lot better than the Kepler Guard. And that's one of those things, too, that, you know, just has to come with time, too, because you don't know your opponent's...
Yeah, like I mind gamed myself against Kaalhaarman earlier, thinking that he might go kite as Lizardman, and he did not go kite style at all. So and that ended up really hurting my army composition.
Well, speaking of army compositions and the soon-to-be pain inflicted between them, Beastmen or Greenskins?
I will go over the Greenskins. Do you want to take us over the Beastmen first?
Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and do that. Switch it up. So starting with the infantry, nice small Beastman army. Ungor Spearman herd with shields. Blackhorns Ravagers and a regular unit of Gore herd. Also going to have 3 Centaurs and a single Chaos Warhound with poison. And this time we're going to have the Minotaur bus coming through. So we got 2 Minotaurs with great weapons and the Butchers of Kalkengard.
I'm very excited, always excited to see a Mino train here rolling through the army. So definitely have to look forward to that and seeing how it does against the Greenskins.
Indeed. the leadership of that Mino train going to be a Bray Shaman of Wild with the Jagged Dagger, Traderkin, and Evolve. And then we have Morgor the Shadowgave with both of his summons and Call to Violence. So what do the Greenskins have for us?
Yeah, this is interesting. For the Greenskin player, we're going to be seeing a core of 6 skirmish cav units, 2 spider riders, and 1 goblin, or excuse me, 1 wolf rider on each side. So 3 in total on each side. That's going to be that's going to be all the ranged firepower from the Greenskins, as well as the mobility. For the infantry line, we have 3 units of goblins, the ROR-8 Bloonies, Orc Biggins, Orc Biggins, Orc Biggins, Orc Biggins, and Orc Biggins. 5 units of Orc Biggins. You'll see an Orc Shaman with Brain Busta, and Skarsnik with the Fermented Fungi, and Spite of the Bad Moon, and the Ragnarok Queen, ROR Ragnarok Yeah, interesting that so based on the last time that DeadlyBunnies played this matchup in the semifinals, he's brought the same type of magic here, just a different lord and different army style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and whereas the Greenskin army this time that we're seeing is quite different as well. So
Yeah, I
two
mean,
very different styles from the semis.
yeah, exactly. I mean, really, the only similarity here is the Orc Biggins, but even in the other one, it was 4 Savage Orc Biggins. So, yeah, just a very different style here. I mean, obviously, the Rogue Idol and the Ragnarok Queen can kind of, be comparable in size and purpose, but yeah, this Greenskin army's got a lot more pew power than the last.
Yeah, the mobility advantage is, I mean, 4 Centaurs definitely, and the Minos, definitely a harder hitting mobility core. However, there's nothing to stop the Spider Riders and Wolf Riders from just shooting whatever they want this game.
Yeah, I almost think in hindsight the 4 Centaurs and the 2 Warhounds might be preferable over the Minotaur bus, but we'll see. I mean, so Ragnarok Spider may be in a lot of trouble if she doesn't deal with these Minotaurs quick.
Gloons going down, yeah, doing a lot of damage to those Gore herds. However, the AP Gloons take a huge charge from the Minotaurs and Weapons, and they are not going to be able to get a second cast of the Gloons off. Ragnarok Spider getting a little surrounded by Minotaurs and Grey Weapons. That's a little scary. We are seeing the Spider Summon go down, but it may break instantly as the Traderkin goes down on everything over here.
Yeah, and here come the Centaurs now, too, pushing in, and the Greenskin skirmishers are just like, they were way out of position, and they're just barely now trying to come in.
Oh, and the AP Gloons actually got turned into Chaos Spawn.
Oh my god! That's probably the best possible unit to turn into Chaos Spawn.
Yeah, they took so much burst damage.
That is insanity. And now the Centaurs coming in here. Just the Greenskin front line just kind of melting, it seems like. But as I say that,
Miners with Grey Weapons has been focused down and getting dragged down by being in melee with 2 units of Orc Biggins. But like you said, the other flank going very well for the Beastman player. If they're able to kill this Ragnarok Spider early on, I think that would be a really big pick. However, it's going to be a challenge. There's still a lot of Orc Biggins and a lot of Greenskin mobility.
Absolutely. I mean, the numbers clearly going to be in favor of the Greenskins. They have almost 1,000 to about 500 of the Beastman forces. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. It just seems like here in this big blob engagement, Morgor's doing well against Skarsnik. And the Ragnarok Queen continues to lose health. That Traderkin playing a big role here, too.
Skarsnik is getting low. He's actually taking a lot of damage from Morgor here. He's terror routed from the Butchers of Kalkengard, and if he dies, it could be enough to swing things around for the Beastman player here. Beastman player running out of steam a little bit, as this prolonged blob fight is going to benefit the Orc Biggins, as the Beastman player doesn't have any more chaff in there, which is, I think the Beastman player needs to kind of rally their forces a little bit and stop fighting inside all these Orc Biggins.
Absolutely. The Minotaurs need to get the hell out of there. I think it might be too late for them to get out of there, unfortunately. But, right now, eliminate the Lord, eliminate the units you have routed, because, the Beastmen have gotten a lot of good work done. But the Minotaur's taking all of that damage now. The Queen is still quite healthy, so even without Skarsnik, she has a caster, the Orc Shaman, there to keep her leadership high. And, But I don't know. We'll see. May be able to get that dead general debuff across the Greenskin army here pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, Skarsnik is scroll of shielding to keep him alive a little bit longer here. The Butchers of Kalkengard have gotten away. They only have 5 models left, and also some more Minos Grey Opens have gotten away. But, I mean, every Mino hits very hard. Oh, and the Orc Shaman got a little bit separated there. However, he got knocked back into his own troops, so he's going to be pretty safe.
Yeah. Spider Summon going to come a little too late.
Still alive. Yes, it is. He's over there chasing down Skarsnik, so that's good. So the Beastman player still has magic.
Yep.
And Spider Riders took a lot of damage from that one unit of Centaurs charging in.
Well, and I do have to say, like, the Bray Shaman here, the only spells he has are going to be perfect to punish these blobs. Devolve and Traderkin. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's just, like, got spells tailor-made to punish this big, thick blob of greenskins chasing Morgor right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And at that point, it's just going to come down to the Spider. Will the Spider's leadership hold or not? Because, I mean, you're looking at the Spider, only has 50 leadership right now, and that is not very high.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, like, goes to show you, it's an ROR, it is an ROR unit, but it is at the same time still a Spider.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to see some magic going down here. What is it? Traderkin? Is it just a regular Traderkin on top of the Greenskin Skirmish Core here?
Ooh, Minotaur is fighting the Spider Hatchlings, the Ragnarok Queen coming in. Yeah, I don't know if the Beastmans want to be anywhere near this right now.
No, it's hard to say at this point. Like, the leadership on both sides can go either way.
Yeah.
Just because the Beastman forces are so beat up that the Greenskins don't have their Lord. And there's a healthy unit of Centaurs in the back, another unit of Centaurs chasing off some Spider Riders. There's a little bit of Beastman infantry. It's just kind of far away from these engagements right now.
Yep. Butchers of Kalkengard routing. But, like you say, on the peripheries now, it looks like the Beastmen may be regrouping. They have some healthy Centaurs coming in.
Butchers lost another model. They're down to 4 models now, but still regenerating. They might get chased off by the Forest Goblin Spider Riders here, as they are going to take a lot of missile fire into the back. And, ooh, yeah, they did several hundred HP worth of damage, so I think the Butchers are effectively eliminated at this game, which is going to remove the terror from the Beastmen.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I mean, unless a big misplay here happens, Butchers Kalkengard dead to rights. Oh, a nicely timed Brain Burster on top of those Centaurs that were chasing the Greenskin Skirmishers.
Yeah, that was very nice.
This is so close, it's kind of blowing my mind.
Ooh, Centaurs and Four Hands coming in on the Orc Biggins, getting a lot of burst damage in. They are wavering, and they might. Yep, they do rout. Man. They have a surround on the Spider now. The Spider summons, the Spider Hatchlings just continuing to come in constantly.
Yeah, they have to be almost out by this point. I've seen 3 that I've counted at least. I want to say there's been another 2 early in the game, but I mean, right now Beastman doing an excellent job of just focusing down this Borga, this Orc Biggin.
That's really good. Ratio in the wilds gets hit by the Spider and gets terrified off, and is going to get chased off by these hatchlings.
That is huge, but will their Centaurs nearby be able to go save it? Because right now, Greenskins are chasing him so bad with the Ragnarok Queen, they made a huge mistake and left the Orc Shaman by its lonesome. And I think, I don't know, can the Beastman capitalize on that Orc Shaman being alone?
Maybe.
Just too many
the
missiles.
Greenskins still have their mobility active. It's still shooting in at the Centaurs and the Minotaurs, but the Greenskin infantry is being picked apart right, left, and center.
Yep.
And I mean, that Shaman's not going to stand up against Morgor. Morgor's got a vastly superior stat line and poison. And the Ragnarok Queen, however, does have 4k left. So we do see that in this matchup sometimes, where it comes down to basically just like in a Ragnarok Queen or another monster versus Morgor. Yeah. And it's always a toss-up and a little bit of an RNG on who wins.
Indeed. And I mean, I guess I worry about the Greenskins army at this stage, but I mean, the thing that gives them some hope in my mind is going to be the fact that they still have these Goblin Wolf Rider archers. They're running low on ammunition, but I think the main thing the Greenskins need to worry about right now is just having something to help provide some chaff for the Ragnarok Queen, because I think the way the Beastmen win this isn't, like you say, it's RNG when it comes to Morgor versus the Queen, but I think the best way the Greenskins the Beastmen can secure this victory is by getting a surround and then routing the Ragnarok Queen. I think it's going to be too hard to kill it with its 120 armor. They really just need to rely on breaking its leadership. And Centaur is now coming in, getting in combat with Forest Goblin Spider Riders. They're about to rout, though.
Countercharged by the Goblin Wolf Archers, and they do break. However, there is still another unit of Centaurs and Poison Warhounds coming in around as those Spider Hatchlings are about to disintegrate. Yep, there they go, the Spider Hatchlings and the mobility from the Beastman player coming in. However, I think he's gonna need to get Ragnarok Spider a little bit lower on HP before Morgor can possibly tank it.
Yeah, and also just like eliminate. Oh no! Ouch!
Very nice.
Why are they committing into this engagement when there's still Wolf Riders coming in from the rear? That is such a perplexing decision to me. I think at this point in the battle, there's nothing you should do besides kill everything but the Ragnarok Queen, and I don't know. We'll see. Centaur's coming in for a head-to-head charge, getting their charge bonus leadership buff.
They are heavily outnumbered, and they are breaking.
Yep, they're breaking, and now it's just Morgor versus the world, so I think that's going to be a GG.
Back.
Oh.
Balance of Power is dead even.
It's a bit edged towards red now.
Oh, but there goes the Warhounds.
Oh, the Warhounds just broke, yeah.
I don't know though. The encourage aura. I mean, yeah. I just don't think Morgor can solo the Ragnarok. I mean, is there 400? Like, how much healing cap does he have to go? He's got quite a bit of healing cap left to go, but I think there's a little too much. If it was just the Ragnarok Queen versus Morgor, I think it would come down heavily to RNG. With the supporting elements from the Greenskins, I don't think that Morgor is going to be able to pull it off.
Yeah. There's really... It's just like you say, if he was soloing it, yeah, maybe, but he's not soloing it, so it would have to be some pretty crazy lucky rolls for him to get out of this alive, but, there goes some Wolf Riders.
We've seen crazier things happen.
This is true. I've seen 3 Slayers kill a Noble and win a game, so...
Morgor has reached his healing cap, and he's getting actually hit by the Spider quite a bit. So yeah. I think that's going to be solid GG from Kaalhaarman, taking a 2-0 lead over DeadlyBunnies.
Yeah. But very nicely played, and once again another game that was just so close all the way up to the bitter end.
Very close match. And unfortunately, the Mino is just kind of underperforming in terms of gold cost here.
Yeah. I mean, I just think, yeah, the 2 great weapons. I mean, because honestly, if he would have had his 2 Poison Warhounds and his extra Cygor, I think he would have won that. In this build, he, even with 3 Centaurs and 1 Warhound, he was still able to shut down a lot of the Greenskin mobility. But I think, yeah, just investing in that heavy-hitting Minotaur core just really didn't pan out for him.
Yeah, and just staying in melee too long with the Orc Biggins in a couple of instances really lost them a ton of HP. Also, the Wolf Riders got really good value, as did the Forest Goblin Spider Riders. And there really wasn't anything that the Beastman player could do except take it on the chin.
Yeah.
But even so, I mean, like, it's funny looking at all the gold value. Like, the Beastman army underperformed a lot, but it still came down very close. Like, the Beastman weathered a lot of that greenskin pressure, and if they had just been able to perhaps do a little bit more damage to the Spider, it could have game could have gone the other way.
Yeah, I do think that early play, though, where they got on top of the spider, that kind of did backfire. And, I think maybe an overinvestment because that's, when the Minotaurs got caught up. But if you would have kept them
Yeah,
healthy,
yeah,
definitely could have
absolutely.
just.
Once the Beastmen infantry just kind of ran out, and at that point, that's when the Minos ended up getting stuck in with the big uns, and that is not what you want.
Absolutely not. And I have to say, yeah, both of these players coming onto the radar recently for me. Kaalhaarman last weekend, now showing up again in this final. And DeadlyBunnies, somebody I've heard of quite a bit, but I don't think I've ever seen him, you know,
Yeah, I'm
at
really
least playing at
impressed
this
that
level.
DeadlyBunnies has made it to the finals here today. As I've been playing with him, I know since I think December, and he's improved tremendously since then.
Yeah, no, excellent, excellent display he's putting on today.
All right, very excited for this match here. Win or lose, it should be a good one.
Indeed, indeed. And I'll let you pick. I'll go first again this time, but which one would you like to go over?
I will give you the pleasure of going over the Chaos Army, so I will go over the Wood Elves Army whenever you're ready.
Well, you are too kind. Chaos, I got 5 Chaos Marauders. Almost a given in this matchup. We're going to have 4 Chaos Warriors, 2 Chosen, and 2 Aspiring Champions. So it definitely looks like they're going for the Endure option that you were referring to earlier. Some
Yes, the
Chaos Warhounds
Endure
with
option.
Poison. And
The
2 Exalted
Silver
Heroes in
Shield
Archon.
meta is here.
Oh my goodness, look at this. Both Exalted Heroes just on foot, naked with their silver shields. You got Burning Head, Flaming Sword of Ruin, Fireball, Slayer of Kings, and Kindle Flame. What do the Wood Elves have for us? Because this is a wacky army. I've never seen anything like this.
Be amazing. All right, so for the forces of the Wood Elves, we're going to be seeing Glade Guard, a lot of Glade Guard. 5 units, I believe. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 of which are regular, and 3 with Starfire shafts for the AP and fire damage. We're going to be seeing 3 Wild Riders with shields. Front line of Eternal Guard, no shields, and Wildwood Rangers. And then Draika for the caster and Lord choice, with just Pendulum, I believe, and the Dryad summons. So I love this. This is an army that I bring against. They're very similar to army I bring against Wood Elf sometimes, and it's just all about the shields, baby.
All about the shields. This is a hilarious army.
I mean, you've got Chosen with silver shields, you got Chaos Warriors with silver shields, you have Archaon and the Exalted Hero with silver shields. And the Aspiring Champions with silver shields.
Yep. And then you got 5 units of chaff, so you can just, chew through a cool, 7 times 5, 35, so 35,000 points of HP you just got to chew through. Have fun with that.
Exactly.
It's a lot of damage. But Penumbral Pendulum should help a lot against this all-infantry army. I think that's pretty much the best spell you could bring. But
Starfire shafts will do pretty good damage if the unit is in melee and they're shooting in, because then I think the shields won't be as applying as much.
Yeah, I believe, though, if they're getting shot from the front, the shield still plays into it.
The Chaos frontline, though, should buckle the Wood Elves pretty hard here. Like, the quality of infantry combined with burning heads should tear through the Wood Elf infantry, and then at that point, it's just an endurance game.
Yeah, I think you are absolutely right. But Kaalhaarman has been surprising us again and again. So
absolutely. I mean, there are 3 Wild Riders here, so that's a lot of shot cav.
It is. And also, if the Wildwood Rangers are used well, they can definitely help clear out some of the Chaos Infantry, but I'm with you. That's so much Chaos Infantry and so much burning head potential that these Wood Elves are going to just really want to flex those Wild Rider muscles as much as possible. I do just love the 1 Poison Warhound, too, in this Chaos Army. I mean, you want to have it. It's better have it, not need it. But I mean, I at least would have wanted 2.
Right.
Seems like 1 is a bold move, Cotton.
It is a little bit bold, but I guess, I mean, in the event that, I mean, only, the nice thing about having 1 is like the Wood Elves are going to have to commit a very expensive cab to chase it off, or otherwise they'll just have to kind of let it come back and kind of just be a threat on the periphery.
Yeah. And Lord Jarxus, yeah, Drek is an excellent Lord. I don't necessarily think she's the best Wood Elf Lord. I think they still have very good selection. But, yeah, this is a interesting battle, as all of them have been interesting battles. And I gotta say, I love the new blood in the tournament scene. And, troop count, only 4 models difference here.
Oh, that's very true. Right here, so Starfire Shaft's opening up. But the Marauders are happy to take the damage.
Oh, yeah.
Wild Riders coming around the flanks. Chaos not going to be able to do much to stop it, but that's alright. You just got to endure.
Looks like he's sending out Chaos Marauders and Aspiring Champions. Or at least the Aspiring Champions to try to counter the Wild Rider movement. Not sure.
The missile's trying to focus fire the hero squad down, but again, they have silver shields, so as long as they keep facing front, they're not going to take a whole lot of damage here.
Yeah.
Aspiring Champs and Marauders going in on the Eternal Guard, and Wildwood Rangers and the Eternal Guard getting a nice 2-for-1, and the Chaos Marauders in the middle. Chaos Elite Infantry creeps in. Ooh, and we're going to see the Warhounds maybe try to thread the needle and get on here as well. Pendulum going down on the flank. Just Chaos Marauders, though. You know, nothing too serious.
Oh, no, what is Chaos doing? Wild Rider's going to charge the Chaos Warhounds with poison, and just like that, I mean, threaded the needle right into the loving embrace of the counter-charging Wild Rider. First Burning Head going down. How did that one do overall? I mean, it looks like they were already pretty damaged before I got there.
I would have liked to have seen it go down on the Wildwood Rangers instead of the Eternal Guard, but hey,
Yeah.
it's all, I mean, these Chosen are, there's a unit of Chosen that are just absolutely destroying a unit of Wildwood Rangers in the back.
Oh my god. I would have thought it would have been a little more even than that, but I guess just the stat difference, 61.
Wow, those Chosen did not take that much damage from the Wildwood Rangers on the charge.
No, not at all.
Okay, so yeah, the Chaos at this point, yeah, they just need to get some good burning heads and take down these archers and finish off the wall. I don't think at this point they even need to use the burning heads on the Wildwood Ranger. I think they just rely on their infantry quality to take care of them.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think there's a few places here like the Chaos Warriors where there's 2 Eternal Guards stacked on each other that a Burning Head, you know, can get a lot of value, but otherwise he just needs to keep pushing forward, keep this aggressive momentum up.
Yeah, we are going to see Burning Head on those units you called out on, roasting through some of those Eternal Guard.
Indeed, those ones got smashed.
Some of the Wild Rangers are taking a lot of damage already. Or, I'm sorry, the Wild Riders. Did I say Wild Riders?
You said Wildwood Rangers, but yeah, no, the Wild Rider's taken some significant damage. We have one of them down to, like, what, a quarter health, the other 2 getting close to the half health mark. Balance of power is in favor of the Wood Elves, though.
Yeah, Chaos is a little bit strung out. I would like to see them to be a little bit higher and tighter. I think at this point you're going to need to save the burning heads for the Starfire Shafts, because the regular Glaive Guard aren't going to do anything to the Chaos Warriors that are left.
Yeah.
It's really just going to come down to the Starfire Shafts. They do have very good AP damage.
I just don't know if Chaos can pull this off with how strung out they are, though, Gabo. It's like the Burning Head's going to do some good work here, I imagine, on top of these Glaive Guard. Yeah, getting down about a third of health off of them, but they're strung out from heck to breakfast. It's just going to be this hero squad, so I guess if the heroes can tank it all, then maybe Chaos can pull it off, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think the hero squad needs to be stacked on top of a unit of Chosen.
Yeah. Completely agreed there. One of the Chosen, though, is completely out by his lonesome. Just getting knocked around. I mean, He's still doing well leadership-wise, but about to get surrounded. And that's just like, yeah, if you're going for this like outlast endure build, you can't afford to let Chosen get isolated like this because that's the only way they get killed here.
Unfortunately, very surrounded. Their leadership is not great despite being a super elite infantry unit. And at this point, it's just going to be the hero core. Now, if the hero core was on horseback, like all 3 heroes are on horseback, they would only have bronze shields, but they would be able to chase down these archer units, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like the hero squad is still very strong here. What burning head goes down?
That was a beautiful burning head.
There's still a lot of blade guard left here, and that's definitely a problem.
Yeah, and they have decent ammunition, and then not to mention, look at how much Wood Elf infantry is left. I mean, unless we see DeadlyBunnies pull something out of his hat here, I think we're going to be looking at a 3-0 victory for Kaalhaarman.
I mean, it was definitely a risky army.
But style points securely in his corner. So many
style points. Yeah, that's it. Ignore that blade guard. Just go for the ones with the Starfire chefs.
They are getting low on ammunition. I don't think they're going to shoot him to death. I just don't see Chaos leadership holding throughout this onslaught. I mean, look at the balance of power already, about 75% in favor of the Wood Elves. Chaos leadership already, you know, pretty low. Can they do this? I think if the Wood Elves all just every single Wood Elf blobs on them and he gets a burning head, then Chaos wins this. But unless they do that.
Yeah, this is the other nice thing about having your hero and Lord squad on horseback is that they can kind of dodge arrows to a degree.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think they're just going to hit army losses before we even get a fight here.
Yeah. No, Wood Elf's not taking any chances. They're literally just going to be like, I'm not engaging you at all until I've used every single piece of ammunition. And yeah, that's going to be it. A very unceremonious end for Archaon the Everchosen and his exalted heroes.
Very good try from DeadlyBunnies, though.
No, absolutely. I really loved all of those games. That last one definitely the riskiest build, and I would say the most convincing win there to Kaalhaarman. But those first 2 games just so close, and I'm really enjoying seeing this just fresh new perspective and play styles from both of these players and what they're bringing to the field for us.
Yeah, great games from both players today.
But huge thank you to you, Gabo Slayer, for tuning in and co-casting. Let's do it again in the near future. I think we had a pretty good cadence going.
Oh, definitely. I always love your casting, so it's very much my privilege to join you today for a few of the games.
Well, yeah, like I say, don't be a stranger. I need to get with you and Happy Puppy and more content creators. I always want to keep co-casting more with different people, so just hit me up whenever you're available, and also looking forward to seeing you in the tournaments to come. So yeah, best of luck in the next one.
Thank you. I think I was just playing for practice today because I haven't been playing too much. So
I was going to play today, but once again, just it's a time commitment. Not that I ever get too far, but
cast is best cast. Thank you, Vicky Schmeltz.
Yeah. But any parting words, Mr. Gabo Slayer, before we shut down the stream?
Just I hope everyone will continue to tune in for the tournaments and get hyped up for the Warhammer World Championship.
Amen to that, guys. I'll end the stream with the trailer for that championship, so stay tuned for it. But yeah, once again, big thank you to Gabo Slayer. I'll see you around, sir, and let's play a best of 5 sometime too.
Oh, very nice. That'll be spicy.
Oh,
I'll bring the Hydras.